Today's challenge, the art challenge. Woman reading. Or is it this way around? Just in case it's this way around.
Okay, so I think we all know what's going on. Well, we don't know it all, but anyways, we started a group to look into this, a group of truth seekers. I want to point out that we're not affiliated with anything religious or any group like that, but so far it's me and Alina Turner. You may have read her book or one of her books. Anyway, she pitched her new book idea to her agent on April 1st, and then on April 2nd, it kind of came true.
There is a house in New Orleans.
So we know that by now there are a lot of people who are having these dreams, and it seems like it's spreading somehow.
They call the rising sun.
Anyway, the first round on April 2nd, that we had 11 people, which is exactly what Alina predicted. Or I mean pitched.
And it's been never-ending from an airport boy.
And funny enough, she had written out some details about these people, actually pretty intimate details.
And God, I know I'm one.
So we figured we'd give this a shot and release the list she'd penciled in for these different characters. And so if anybody wants to come forward and confirm that they're one of these 11, then and identify with one of the secrets, then that would probably get us a lot further ahead in the game.
My mother was a tailor.
So without further ado, the secrets are:
She sew my new blue jeans.
witness a crime and didn't report it.
My
There was a gambling man way down in New Orleans.
2 was raped and as a teenager was too ashamed to talk about.
The only thing that gambler needs
is a
is
suitcase
a suitcase
and
and a trunk.
Number 3 had a sexual relationship with a minor.
And the only time he's satisfied is when he's all drunk.
Number 4 was violently abusive with a partner in a past relationship.
So mother,
tell
tell
your
children not to
not to
do
do
what
what
I
I
have
have
done.
done.
And number 5 covered someone who committed a crime.
Spent your life in sin
and misery
in
the
the house
house
of
the rising sun.
Number 6, abused by a family member. And number 7 is several £1,000s in debt and pays it off with prostitution.
Well, I got one foot,
on the platform, and the
the other foot on the train.
Number 8, suffered abuse as a child. Number 9 is a contract killer.
I'm
going back
back
to
to
New
New
Orleans
Orleans to declare my ball and chain.
Number 10 pretends to be psychic for money. And number 11 is planning to murder somebody for revenge for them killing someone else.
There is a house in New Orleans.
Well, I mean, not likely to come forward with a confession like this, but it seems that there's a connection between all these people.
They call the rising sun.
So maybe someone else knows something.
And it's been a minute.
And if you want to help us investigate further, you could contact us, either me or Elena. That's at Mark Who Name Hurricanes for me, Who Name Hurricanes for me, or at Paige Turner for her.
I know I'm one.
Let's get to the bottom of this, True Secrets.
I always thought somehow my life would be like a movie. It had to be. Only then would it possibly make sense. All the ways in which I felt lost. All the times I felt like I was searching for something. For someone who simply wasn't there.そしたら君が現れた。あの瞬間、これだーってしっくりきた。でもね、一つだけ心の準備ができてなかったのが、その後の時間。おかしいよね。Movies always end after that one particular story is over. The biggest moment in someone's life. The most unbelievable adventure. Hi everyone! Reporting to you from West... After that, life becomes nothing but a montage at best. Maybe some lines written across the credits. Today, Saki lives in Los Angeles and leads a quiet, simple, adjusted, and normal life. Nobody tells you that life still goes on afterwards in real time. Maybe sometimes there's a bad sequel. But that never lives up to the original, right? So I truly wonder, what can my life ever be truly about now?別に文句言ってるわけじゃないよ。人生楽しいよ。君は私の夢の中に登場するし、他の人には夢にだって見られない思い出もある。でもさ、たまにすごくしんどい。君のこと誰にも話せないの。何一つ。I worked so hard to fit in here. And things are going really well.約束もちゃんと覚えてる。だから心配しないで。ただ言ってるだけ。戻れないのも知ってる。
Would anyone like to hear a ghost story? I always loved them as a child. I know that sounds strange, but I liked that. Being scared. And if ever I got too scared, my mother would let me crawl into her bed to comfort me. So in a weird way, I still feel the most safe when I'm a little bit afraid. Anyway, there was one story that always stayed with me. It's about this poor man who gets invited by some lord or other to go off and be his vassal. The only problem is he has to leave his wife at home to suffer poverty by herself. So off he goes, and years later he returns and he finds his wife faithfully waiting for him. Of course he's overjoyed, so he falls into her arms and they stay up, laughing, talking, enjoying each other's company, falling in love again, until eventually he's too tired and he falls asleep, cradled by her warmth. The next morning, though, he wakes up and there's no warmth. There's a skeleton, covered in long black hair, just like his wife used to have. Turns out she died the previous summer of grief. Bad timing. Now, of course, I used to be terrified that one morning I'd wake up and find my mother's skeleton. So if you want to know why I don't buy into this whole thing about how some writer came up with this story, with the dream scenario, and now it's all happening, I'll tell you. One morning, I woke up and my mother was dead. See? I predicted that. And you know what it was? Bad timing. None of us are special. None of us have got the gift. None of us can see things before they happen. It's just fluke. Coincidence. Bad timing.
So you wanted to know if I had the dream too. That's why you contacted me.
Yeah. Yeah, is that okay?
Yeah, sure, that's okay.
So did you?
Yes.
Wait, so one of the secrets is yours?
What? You see, are you crazy? First of all, I wasn't one of the first 11. And second, do you really actually believe that this Annina person actually predicted this?
That can't be a coincidence. I don't think that, do you?
You really want to know what I think?
Yes, that's why I called.
So I think we are going a bit crazy with this lockdown thing. And you're just coming up with another one of your wild conspiracy theories and you're not thinking very clearly.
Oh.
Sorry, but that's what I think.
Still, but you really think that?
Yeah.
So, well, anyway, how are you doing? You okay?
You don't have to be polite.
Oh, come on, Valentina. I just really want to know. I'm just asking.
Honestly, I don't know. I'm good, I guess.
Is there anything I can do?
Please don't bother. Anyway, I've got a meeting coming up, so thanks for calling. Have a good life in Japan.
Early 17th century. There was a young, beautiful girl with indigenous features that fell in love with a Spaniard gentleman. They fell in love so quickly that they decided to get married. And after a while they had 3 beautiful children. But then, after a while, the Spaniard just fell in love with a Spanish girl, a noble girl. And he decided to leave her and run away. Out of anger, out of despair, she decided, as a revenge, to take her 3 children and drown them in a river. When she did this, she realized how terrible her action was. So she decided to take her own life. After that happened, people in town say that after midnight, they can hear a woman crying about her children, dressed in white, with a bell on her face.
Wie geht's den Hunden?
Denen geht's gut. Hm? Wie geht's dir? Ist alles okay?
It's okay still right now. It's not so strict. But I have no idea what to do about Matteo right now.
Maybe you should come back then.
But I was kind of hoping to see my family again,
Yeah, but can you now?
It's not such a good idea right now, so I think I'll just, think I'll hold off on coming back for a while.
So you're saying you don't want to come back at all?
No, I'm not, I didn't say anything like that. It's just,
Weißt du, das ist immer wieder das Gleiche mit dir. Sobald es ernst wird, ziehst du irgendwie deinen Kopf aus der
Weißt du was, René? Ich habe meine Familie jetzt fast 2 Jahre nicht mehr gesehen und ja, ich bin hier, um für dich Matteo zu finden, damit dir diese ganze Scheißsituation endlich gelöst werden kann und wir einfach unsere Ruhe haben können. Aber ich kann jetzt auch einfach nichts anderes mehr machen.
Nein, du kannst nie irgendwas machen. Dir sind immer die Hände gebunden, du bist für nie irgendwas verantwortlich.
Okay, weißt du was, René? Ich habe jetzt gleich einen Termin, okay?
Was? Mit wem hast du denn jetzt Termine?
Mit Valentina?
Hey, du bist selber Coach und bezahlst jemand anders fürs Coaching. Findest du das nicht ein bisschen affig?
Affig?
Dann komm halt nicht zurück. Ist mir auch alles egal, boah.
Hubo un tiempo que sabía más de lo que sé ahora. Sabía exactamente quién quería ser. Sabía exactamente qué quería hacer. En quién me quería convertir. Qué quería experimentar. Sabía quién admiraba y a quién necesitaba para sentirme segura. Y de quién mantenerme alejada. Y si estaba sola, nunca estaba sola. Porque mi imaginación podía recrear un universo entero. ¿Qué pasó? Cuando cerré la puerta a mi propio mundo. Tengo miedo. Miedo de enfrentarme a mis sueños. Miedo de perder la magia si lucho contra esas pesadillas que deberían quedar encerradas. Creo en la magia. ¿Qué se necesita para hacerme crear?
Hi, Lena. How are you doing?
Fine. Listen, I didn't mean to make you or your group look bad in any way. I'm just really confused and I would like to understand what's going on here.
Don't worry, it's not about that. I understand that. And everyone's free to express how they feel in the group and whatever they think their truth is.
Thank you. the meditations are great. Anyway, why did you want to talk to me?
To be honest, I was just curious. Where did the idea come from?
Oh, jeez. Oh, Jesus. It's the same question Conspiracy Pete asked me. Sorry, I mean Jesse. He asked me that too, and I can only give you the same answer that I gave him. I can't actually explain where my ideas are coming from. They're just there.
So, it's like you're channeling something.
I mean, I guess you could see it that way.
But I'm not. It's not like I'm talking to the souls of the dead or whatever. Suddenly I'll just have an idea. More often than not, in the shower or on the toilet. That's it.
I see. So was it the same for your first book?
What do you mean?
I'm just wondering if the ideas also just came to you.
Yes, of course. Why? Why would it be different?
Nothing. I'm just curious. Don't worry.
What do you mean? I mean...
1 second. And now another devil interrupts all. Nonetheless, alchemistic daylight incites another nightfall. Almighty demons invert another nameless, ageless dawn into Aoike.
Okay. That. I didn't write that, but the rest of it is all original.
Yeah.
I don't see how that has anything to do with this.
Be careful. Words have power.
It's a post-apocalyptic science fiction novel. I don't see how.
How much of a truth seeker are you really?
What's that supposed to mean then?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. Thanks for calling. Nice talking to you.